Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the third episode of the Loaded Wagon podcast. I am your host, Hot Take Rick Wisenhunt, and I am here with two of the newest, brightest, greatest podcasters to hit the scene.
Wow, it's a lot of superlatives.
With the Retro Roundtable, I've got Tanner Jackson and Scott Mays. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hello.
Just a little background. Over the last month or so, we've been recording recording their podcast, the Retro Roundtable, and it has been a blast. We've what did we do first, guys? We did some 90s movies. 80s movies. That's right. We were grading the 80s movies, and then we graded some 90s music.
90s albums.
90s albums.
All genres.
And so this is going to be a reoccurring thing. I'm just very excited and very honored to be a part of that, coming through the ranks. But Tanner and Scott, I've first got to ask you guys have got some history together, so why a podcast? Like, what brought the podcast together?
We weren't doing anything
And they answered exactly the same at the same time. That was perfect.
I'll just say this. We, for a little while, maybe 4 or 5 years or so, I can't really remember, but we used to do live toy sales on Facebook.
Okay.
Especially during the COVID years. That's when it really kind of blew up. And we got to meet some really, really fine folks, man, that we shared a love of toys with, in particular G.I. Joe.
Okay.
Because we might be 40 and 50 or whatever, but man, we're really juvenile as they come.
we're extremely childish.
Very childish. But our wives are so pleased. They're just like, wow, man, we knew we made the right choices with these two.
That's why she fell in love with me.
I'm telling you, it's got to be.
Toy collection had to be.
Yeah, toy collection. It was a big one.
Yeah,
but
that's funny.
So we sold toys, but we more importantly, we made some really good friendships.
Okay.
And a lot of times we had people telling us, man, hey, I just wanted to come into your sales just to listen to you two guys talk and discuss things. And we got positive comments, how we've helped people through hard times, or we were funny and it was just comic relief after a hard day at work.
Nice.
So it was more than just selling toys. And then we kind of got out of the toy deal. Just things changed in our lives. Sales kind of, it would become something that we just weren't able to continue doing. But
Gotcha.
But then we've been talking about this for years. And then I saw a good friend of mine on a podcast, man.
Who was that?
It was Rick Wisenhunt.
Oh, that was me. Very nice.
And Ricky Underwood, Ricky.
Oh, Ricky.
Love Ricky so much.
All hail Ricky.
Known Ricky for a long, long time. I'm a drummer. He's a drummer. He's one of my favorites. Awesome guy. But yeah, I saw you guys and I'm like, okay, maybe this is something that we could look into.
Very cool. So the banter from the live Facebook stuff really kind of got you guys seem to really enjoy that. Tanner, was that part of you really enjoyed the Facebook stuff?
I mean, I enjoy listening to self-talk for sure. We just kind of, it's just how we talk. I mean, on car rides, we're just, we really rate movies like we have in these podcasts. We just kind of talk about things. I tell him why he's wrong.
Oh, you tell Scott, you have to keep Scott in check.
We do.
I got you.
Me too. There's a lot of ego we have to keep in check.
In doing 2 podcasts to you guys already, I can see that's a very very valid situation that we got to take care of.
Well, there is some disagreements. No one's gotten bloody yet. No, there's no broken bones yet.
No.
But yeah.
You mentioned car rides. What you guys travel together a lot? Like, what are some places you go, or what are some?
We do. We travel together a lot.
Okay, like road trip type stuff.
Yes and no. Road trips, concerts, conventions. I mean, we drove 24 hours to buy toys in Texas one time.
Repeat that for the folks at home.
One way.
24 hours one way. Turn around, come back. And we stopped in Memphis in a place that no human should sleep. We're talking about 6-inch bulletproof glass at the front gate.
Oh, wow.
At the front, the woman behind the counter is sliding us things through the hole, and there's cockroaches.
It's like going to the bank. You got a little drawer.
Cockroaches. You sleep on the sheets and pray to God you make it out. There's gunshots and sirens, and we just closed our eyes long enough to be able to function to get home and left. It was
So you guys are great road trippers, terrible at figuring out where to stay.
Well, we thought we could make it, and then it was the point crash and die or stay at this hotel, and we probably chose wrong.
Yeah, we probably did make the wrong choice, but
based on that hotel, because it was a bad choice. Yeah. But we made it, and it was we were just too tired. We thought we could make it, we couldn't. But it was yeah.
But yeah, we've traveled all over. I mean, we've been to we went to Massachusetts one time to buy toys. Of course, all over this region, you name it. I mean,
literally
Maryland,
from
Pennsylvania, New York,
Chicago.
We've been everywhere buying toys.
Yeah, this half of the country.
So with the toys that you guys were purchasing and selling, like what were now? I know you guys, it's the Joe guys, correct?
Well, that's what our title was. Our Facebook sales.
That was your main thing. Yeah. But when you guys were going on these big sales, what were some of the main things that you were looking for? Were you collecting a certain type, or was it just anything goes, or did you have favorites or key things that you were looking for?
That's a loaded question. How long is this podcast?
Well, okay. Look,
I'm just trying.
Here's a little.
This is new to me, so I'm just trying to get into that. Just give me just a little snapshot of what a.
We don't do snapshots.
A little background for us is so we both worked at the training center in the mid 2000s.
Okay, for you guys not from around the Gallup, Virginia area, the Southwest Virginia Training Center. Correct. So we were what were the clientele? What were the individuals you were?
So we just worked there with folks with intellectual disabilities. Okay. Tanner and I still do that for a living with our wives, but. He and I met there.
You mean your wives help you?
We work together.
They're not intellectually disabled.
Yeah, we're not together. We and our wives work separately from each other. So,
gotcha.
we went from a facility that was a group facility, and they deemed that to be not really humane the way they were kept there. So they started moving them out in the community.
Okay.
So I have 2 individuals that live with me. He does as well, and that's our job. They live with us like our family, and
that's fantastic. And I'm actually just going to slide in here. I do know a little bit more about that background for these 2 guys, and what they do for the individuals they help and serve is fantastic. They are really just being. I've been in that business for a little while outside of this mic stand, and to know what these guys do for those individuals is fantastic. They go above and beyond. So kudos to you guys, just hands down.
Thank you, man. It can be definitely a very hard job at times, but it's also a blessing. It's a great job. We really love what we do. We could be, digging ditches, man, and we're not.
It's very difficult and rewarding at the same time, for sure.
It is.
Yep.
But far more difficult than people may give credit.
Oh, yeah.
It's more difficult than it looks like it is from the outside, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
But he and I meet there. We decide that I saw this guy who's wearing a Chicago Bears something or another. I'm like, and I really, that's what kind of led to us talking with sports.
Okay.
Then we found out we liked toys and that we were juvenile and hadn't really matured yet. And so we started buying collections from the area.
Okay.
Because
so just in the area,
started off, we would flip the toys here.
Okay. Yeah. So, we would go look at the classified times or whatever. It wasn't really much, there was a Facebook marketplace, those kind of things at that time. So we'd pick up a newspaper and here's a toy collection for sale, and we'd go buy it.
Yeah.
And we would keep what we wanted, and then we would go do toy shows or set up at flea markets and that kind of thing, and just sell what we didn't want.
See, that's what. So some of that stuff you were collecting for your own. Your own collections, I guess.
Yeah.
And then the what you weren't after, then that's what you took off and went into the.
Right.
We would keep some of the good stuff for ourselves and then sell the rest.
Well, yeah.
So that's how it led to us going. Keeping moving on here. We meet other people. We decide to start selling online. That takes off like crazy, like nuts during the COVID times.
Crazy.
I bet hitting that market during COVID whenever nobody's got anything to
no. Well, they had that
to look forward to
free money from the government to spend and nothing else to spend it on.
Oh.
But
drugs are hard to get, toys are not.
To wrap that whole story up is that, again, when we stopped selling toys, it's like, gosh, man, like we don't really talk to many of our friends much anymore. And we really enjoyed that. I mean, that interaction with other people, because we would be talking like this and we were reading live comments. So hopefully down the road, we would like to do a live podcast where people can interact with us.
So, well, that actually brings me to my next question. So you're looking at building on to the Retro Roundtable. You're looking at building on bigger, better. You've got more ideas. It's just not simply going to be a podcast for you guys. It's a way to reach out to a community that you had in the past.
Right, hopefully. Sure. And I hope other people enjoy it too. I mean, we try to be, us genuinely who we are.
Oh, yeah.
Which, like,
this
our
is
road
it.
trips, we laugh all the time, man. We sometimes, we might. I get a little pissy sometimes. He doesn't so much, but I do.
I'm pretty even keel.
He is more even keel.
Unless you mention something I hate, then I'm not. But
yeah.
It doesn't last long.
Well, I do know that the 2 meetings that we had beforehand, we were trying to get all this stuff lined up and get it going. I know that even we were in restaurant establishments, and I laughed till my face hurt, and I barely made it out. So what you guys are on is gold. And so you guys keep it up. So
and we're definitely having a good time with you doing this, and with Eugene. Everything has just been awesome. We're having a good time. Yeah, so.
Well, let's go ahead and right there give that shout out to Eugene McCurdy here at the 222 Production and Marketing. He is rock and roll. He set this up. It's been fun because I actually came in and was chatting with him a little bit about that, and then Scott comes to me, and then he gets in touch with Tanner, and then the next thing it just turns into this big awesome thing we're starting to gain some steam and some momentum on the interwebs, and it's just been a lot of fun. So shout out to Eugene, man, just keep it up.
You can blame Eugene for all this.
Yeah, we can. But our wives were like, hey, you guys don't spend enough money, and you definitely don't have enough stuff to do. So why don't y'all go do this instead?
You need another hobby.
You need one more hobby, and you need to kind of do it with that Rick fella, because that's a good time. So, yes, I appreciate it. So with your road travels and all that stuff we're talking about, you're within the podcast, you're talking about reaching out and making those connections. So what's going to be one of your favorite buy? What was your favorite convention? What was your favorite? What's one of the more memorable trips that you have made?
We've made some trips.
There's been some trips.
We went to Texas that one time. That was pretty frightening.
It was frightening.
I don't know if it was if they were planning on killing us or what that deal was, but show up at a house and the whole place stinks. And I don't mean proverbially like Shaggy the stinks. I mean it smells like human death and feces. Like the neighborhood stinks. It's kind of like if you ever go to a place that has a pulpwood factory and the town smells like that, but worse. We're there. We show up at the house. It's
actually about 12:30 a.m. We left Galax at 3 a.m. It took us 21 and a half hours to get there. Okay.
So we're
time zones.
So we're 21 hours, two time zones, and then we're rolling into this place in the middle of
the Panhandle of Texas, Dalhart, Texas.
Texas.
So we get out, and there's a helicopter flying over with a spotlight.
Like the spotlight is on us. I'm
serious?
I'm dead serious. So there are these guys. Yeah, not kidding you. Great neighborhood. So we get to the house. We walk into the house. No furniture.
There's no furniture in this house. It is the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
This is the killing floor, obviously.
This is
the killing floor. This is where it ends for us. All we needed was some plastic, no furniture. We're just really?
Wow. Yeah.
This is the place.
So standing in the doorway, I'm like, so where are the toys? And he's like, they're in this room over here.
That's not.
And I gotta say,
that's fun.
This may not be the most couth thing for me to do, but Tanner decides he needs to use the bathroom.
I did.
So he disappears for 20 minutes and leaves me alone with these people that I just met.
Also, you've been on the road for 20.
And there was an escape hatch in the window that I probably couldn't fit through. But you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. I don't know why in my mind I can get out through the window. No, you can't.
But I go into this room. I mean, it's a pretty good sized room.
It is.
It's about maybe this size, maybe a little bigger, full. So I just start looking at what he had to make sure while he took care of other business. I was trying to look over my shoulder.
You're trying to do the business while
while he's doing his business.
I mean, it's literally just
That's
empty
terrible,
room.
Empty. Guys. I apologize for that joke, but it had to be done.
Empty room with G.I. Joe's in the floor.
Just G.I. Joe's.
In the floor.
That's all it was, G.I. Joe's.
Because vehicles. Because I don't know if you're familiar with it, but there's boats and cars. And
it's a whole...
So that's what's in the floor. And we're talking about what was that, 20 grand?
So
I can't remember.
This was a 20 grand collection. This
it was a big collection.
So we have cash. We're drug dealers have a bag of cash. Here we are.
Drug dealer, bag of cash.
We have a bag with 20 grand in it. We have a.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah,
it was a lot of money.
So with these toys, and you guys, I'm in. So are these unopened toys or are these?
These are loose.
Okay, these are all.
When you collect toys, there's different categories. There's loose, which means they're just like you had them in the 80s. You play with them. They might have scuffing. They might have damage. G.I. Joes get really bad cracked elbows. They've been played with.
But loose complete is exactly what it come with in package, but you don't have the packaging.
You've got all these little guns, all these little mics. Some of those mics are $700-800.
What?
Yes.
For little tiny
blows my mind.
Literally, real. There's a guy that drove. Remember that brown tank in G.I. Joe? It's called a Mauler.
I do.
That mic is worth between $400 and $800, depending on the market.
Yeah.
The piece of plastic that's
The last time we sold one of those, it was worth around $500 when
for
we sold our
just
last
the mic,
one.
not the tank, not the guy, the mic.
The little piece of plastic.
That blows my mind. So you guys have the $20 or $20,000 in hand,
Well,
and
we had a lot of money. I'm not going to say it was 20,000.
I can't remember, but it was
we
around
went to
there.
Massachusetts
Because
one
if-
time with $26,000.
That was almost a $30,000 lot. Yeah, there. We talked him
so,
down.
but I'm telling you, at the time, the market was so good that you could spend as much money as you wanted to, and you're going to make money.
yeah, it's like you got.
we would make $80,000 off that $20,000 worth of toys or more.
Yeah, wow.
I mean,
see, it's a whole different world.
It
for
was
us.
it was insane.
But
at
now
that
the
time.
market has gotten a little bit tighter, a little bit, things have changed in the market right now. Some things are still up high, some things are not, but condition is still slipping away. When things are worth a lot more,
Nice
according
shape.
to condition.
Gotcha.
As time goes on, less of the good stuff's going to be.
So
Condition
at the point,
king, as they
so we got the spotlight, we got the duffel bag full of cash, we go to the killing floor, he goes to the bathroom, Scott's
Yep.
in there trying to make a deal.
Trying not to crap myself.
Trying
is
not
what
to
I'm trying
crap
to do.
trying to make
Because
it-
the bathroom's
It's-
occupied.
it's
so,
occupied.
So what kind of negotiate? So we've got the room full of toys, and we're trying to get in.
Negotiating's always
so
fun.
what kind of vehicle do you guys take on this trip?
well, that was a Honda Odyssey. I'm a soccer mom during the day. So,
good
for that, I'm
good
sorry.
durable vehicle. It is.
I mean,
so have you got enough room in the
Yes.
van for what you went?
we had enough van to make that trip happen. We went an hour south to Amarillo and stayed at Texas Tech Amarillo overnight, headed back home, and then stayed somewhere unknown, parts
in
unknown
Memphis
in Tennessee.
area. It was bad. Yeah.
And we stayed with some kind of creature that was about the
I
size of
don't
that
know.
bottle
It
there
was-
that was crawling around the
There's
room. I
Stephen
don't
King
know.
stories about that hotel room itself.
Yeah,
I
I try
don't
to
know.
suppress that out of my mind because
it's definitely been repressed. It
yeah,
was
but
bad.
anyway,
Eugene, these podcasts all have somebody staying in weird places. Have you noticed this? We're 3 for 3 at this point. So well done, guys. Well done.
but yeah, so we've been all over the place. We've been to Ohio, we've been to Pennsylvania. There's people that do this that are on a much bigger scale than we are. That own stores that like do this so much bigger and better than we did, and we were killing it.
We were about as high as you get selling just Joes, but there's people that sell everything on that level.
Oh yeah.
And we were just selling just G.I. Joes.
Now at one time, we would buy anything that we could buy toy wise, but
did.
it's also important that we liked what we were buying too, like
did.
Star Wars. We like Star
And you
Wars.
just-
we like Ninja Turtles. We like different things, but we would seldomly ever get into stuff that we didn't know much about. We wanted to know about it so we could.
Well, it's easier to move product if
Sure.
you have knowledge about.
Well, there's
what you're
such a
trying to
learning
say.
curve on some of that stuff. It's ridiculous. Like you have to know which guy came with which gun and what the difference in this guy's 82 gun and what the difference in his 84 gun is, because you don't want to sell him with the 82 gun that has a different size muzzle or different pointed stock than this one because it's the wrong gun and people get mad about it, and there's a value difference in them.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we were selling these little pieces of plastic, and people would just like our banter because a lot of times we would disagree, and then people thought we were going to knife fight. But we weren't even on camera. You know what I'm saying? We weren't on
No,
camera.
'cause
We
we
were
didn't
just
do that.
You
We
could
did-
just hear us.
Yeah, and you
Product
actually
first.
and you actually led me to one of my other questions I wanted to ask you guys. Now, if you all checked out the first episode of the Retro Roundtable, we had a situation where there is a Batman. They have a difference of opinion. So, but I want to go. I want to talk just a little bit to that. But I've also got questions about the other side of the fence. But of course, I'm going with the beef first. Is your all's biggest beef over this Batman situation, or is there a topic that is? Because I'm telling you guys, the Batman's kind of a real deal. So
I don't think we have any beefs, really, do we?
Well, I use that term very
I know what
loosely.
you mean. It's a disagreement.
A
For sure.
disagreement for sure, but
Is there any more, or is
trying to
there anything
think.
higher than the Batman? Because
there is, and let me explain. Everything.
maybe
is there?
finding this out for the first time.
Yeah, there is. Oh, he knows.
Okay.
He knows.
I'll know what he
He's
says
being very
then.
coy right now. Okay.
I
So
don't know.
anything that we ever enjoyed, like Star Wars, G.I. Joe, any of those things that we sold toys of,
Right.
we have strong opinions about that.
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
he
true.
loves Cobra.
I do. The good guys.
That's the bad guys of
And he
G.I.
loves the
Joe.
bad guys, which are the
I know enough
the
about
oppressive G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joes.
Cobra's
Cobra's
just trying to make the world a better place.
Are they? They're just
And there's
misunderstood.
this
Is that what you're telling me?
oppressive, horrible government from G.I. Joe is trying to force their views upon just hardworking terrorists.
See,
Just,
hardworking
well,
terrorists.
who knows what they're going to do with that weather dominator? They might be trying to make the world a better place.
that's what I'm talking about. See,
But
always
they
for the good guys. Always the good guys.
with their
Always.
fist of justice and just bust everybody up. And they're just trying. He's just trying to feed people in Africa. Maybe he's going to grow crops with that weather dominator. Who knows what Cobra Commander is going to do? I think he's a humanitarian. I think you should get a shot. I don't think you should just arbitrarily decide for the world who gets this kind of power, and G.I. Joe does, and I'm not down for that.
See what I'm
I'm
saying?
about freedom
There
for
you
real.
go.
There is a
I'm about
lot
freedom for real, not freedom under their oppression.
not,
They're just
not
choice
under
of
their
freedom.
rule.
That's
Now,
right.
when you guys were out in these places, even on your live feeds, were other toy collectors did they have these strong opinions like you guys have?
Some of them do.
Yeah, absolutely.
do.
Everybody's got their opinions. The people the toy people of our world have strong opinions.
About
Yeah, you're getting into very nerdy subgenre things, but there's like G.I. Joe does a weird thing where G.I. Joe starts off in the 80s and 82 when it comes out. It's very military-esque. Imagine that, a military toy line that's like the military. But everything's green. Cobra's blue, but they have a blue tank instead of a green tank. It's stylized, but still. But as you go on, things get weirder. Then there's, in the 90s, it's full on, everything's neon.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
As everything in the 90s.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
but I mean,
well,
but it's also eco terror and eco war. And Cobra's trying to pollute the environment now because that makes sense. Forget trying to take it over. We're going to pollute it. No, we're not.
And
It's
you
dumb.
can see how nerdy we really are. We went on a tangent about
Yeah.
a fictional.
Yes.
toy
But that's a
line.
huge break in that fandom because a lot of people dislike
See,
around
and that's what I was
87,
looking for.
88.
Although we
It's-
are talking about these
It
storylines,
comes down
but
to,
it comes down to-
Cobra Law. Cobra Law is the point. It's the Black Album of this discussion of before and after.
Oh, that's
And-
a good plug.
it
Black
is.
Album discussed on
and
podcast 2.
Retro Roundtable.
Roundtable.
So in
Check it out.
87, you have G.I. Joe the movie, which is a great piece of cinema, by the way, if you've not seen it. I didn't mention it in the first episode of Roundtable, but it's a great piece. It's a great
It's
piece of
good.
cinema.
Okay.
It's awesome. It's great. It's good stuff. The intro is the best part for that musical number. But anyways, so in that movie, up till that point, you have Cobra, which is a terrorist organization determined to make the world a better place, and G.I. Joe thwarting them at every turn with their evil communist ideals. So you have this going on the whole time, and they're fighting, and it's pretty normal. And then you find out in this movie in 87 that we're just going to go all weird and Scientology-like, and now there's weird aliens, and they've been living here for thousands of years, and Cobra Commander is this subhuman thing, and they have all this whole race of people that are now don't like technology, so they have like bugs and it's just weird. It becomes like really strange.
It just
and
becomes
weird.
a strange.
So they like jump the shark,
Weird, yeah.
as,
Jump the
as
shark.
the Fonzie would say.
Yeah, as the Fonz would say.
And it's just
Shout
like,
out to the Fonz.
yes. So it becomes like real. So you either hate that, it's kind of like Ewoks in Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
You're
The
down
Space
with this,
Bears.
or it's Space Bears. You
Bears,
either love it
episode
or it's
one.
Space Bears. So I mean, that's how it goes. So they're just like, people are like, no, I hate this, and then it gets worse, and it turns into neon troopers and drug wars and
So is this based on movies, cartoons, comic books?
yes. Yes is the answer.
Wow.
So
That's what I was trying to get at.
you've got Marvel. Well, this is what it comes down to. It comes down to money.
Okay.
Because
Here we go.
In the
Here we go.
80s, you could not. There was laws where you could not directly broadcast toys to children.
All right.
So they're like, you can't make a commercial that shows kids toys at certain times of day. I can't remember the exact
Because
rules.
we don't want to brainwash the kids.
Well, yes, but there were exact rules to where you can't. I can't remember what they are. It'd be
And I'm pretty
easier.
sure that
if
Reagan
someone behind the computer
signed
could look it up and tell me that exact
legislation
law.
to do away with that.
Say Reagan? Oh, he signed legislation.
Yes,
pretty sure
later
that-
on they
yep.
did.
Okay.
But there was Eugene's going to look it up. But there was certain laws where you couldn't show something about the commercials. So they got this bright idea. Well, we'll just make a 30-minute commercial and call it a cartoon. And that's what they did. So G.I. Joe is literally, it was already a comic book, and so was Transformers. But they literally made a 30-minute cartoon to sell your kid toys, and that's what that is.
And that's
what
how
He-Man is. That's what G.I. Joe is. That's what it is. And they could put commercials in later. But that's why when you watch, like if you're watching, we always joke, new for 87, because that's the joke we always made on the podcast, because they would show like when the 82 cartoon is on, or I think that cartoon started in what, 84, 85?
The cartoon started, I think, in 80.
So the
84.
cartoon comes out, and all the characters that are featured in that are brand new toys from 84. And when when the second season comes out, brand new cast of characters. These are all available in stores in 1986. This new plane comes in.
And see, that's information. Like for I grew up in the '80s, and you're watching this stuff. And of course, as we move on, you don't think about all those marketing schemes.
Not when you're a kid. You don't. It's just this brand new cool jet just flew in, and this brand new cool jet's called a Strike Striker, and it's available to purchase in 1986 at your Toys R Us. And all the other planes, those just got blown up. We don't use those anymore. That's literally what it is. It's literally selling you new toys.
The underbelly of the whole the economy.
It's
man.
It's God bless the 80s. We're going to sell you stuff you're going to buy.
But getting back to the original question, he and I disagree on which side of the fence we are when it comes to the battle between good and evil on all these toy lines.
It doesn't matter what line it is.
I always go with good. He always goes with what he perceives as.
But most of them,
Dude, you actually led me to my next question perfectly. Now, so 9 times out of 10, we're going good versus evil. And I totally get that. I think that's awesome. That's what makes you guys you. However, do we have one topic in this genre, in this field, where you guys actually agree 110% and would go to battle with 2 other people that would be on the opposite side of the fence?
Topic, or are you talking about topic who's the good guys and who's the bad guys, or just in general?
No, just like within like the toy, like the toy realm, that conversation, toys, comics, or whatever. Is there one thing that you guys know, because we've hit on it in the other podcasts, some things that you guys actually liked together? Now, it wasn't really like you guys weren't like arm in arm. I'm not painting that picture.
I can think of something. We both love Devastator. Devastator's awesome.
Devastator was really nice.
We also you're gonna have to ad-lib.
So Devastator is a transformer.
He's a transformer. Okay.
He was 6 individual guys that made a bigger guy. He was a combiner.
It's the greatest thing
ever.
But
but what's really cool is the same guy that did the acting, the voice acting for Destro and G.I. Joe was also Devastator and Transformers. And we got to meet that guy and hang out with him.
We know him. If we talk to him, see us and talk to him on his first name basis. We're kind of as friendly as you can be with someone who you don't really know at all.
Right. But if we don't know him and we don't claim to know him. But if he sees us at a con, when he sees us, we got nicknames. He calls us those nicknames I can't repeat.
So when you guys go into these places, some of these folks are actually you're recognizable to these guys.
Some of them.
Yeah, I mean,
not a lot.
No, not a lot. Well, this is one famous guy that might know us. I mean, he is getting older. He might have forgotten.
He is.
But,
that's true.
But there are people in the toy world that we've done business with who have bought from us. Maybe we've bought from them. A lot of us know each other. It's a huge community at times because there's conventions. Like there's a G.I. Joe convention that we all go to in August, and everybody sees each other there. You know, we generally go to buy. That was where we stock up for ourselves and stuff, so that people across the country could buy if they needed to. Or
we sold toys to people in Singapore.
Oh yeah, we had a guy in Singapore.
All over the world, literally all over the world, we sold toys to. They would buy. We would have to build a box. They would start buying stuff, and we'd build a box till it got big enough to where you could ship it, because shipping was so expensive to send it to Singapore or the UK or wherever it went. And
but all this
fascinating. I love it.
Spawned because I see him wearing a football shirt, and I'm like. So do you like football or don't you? I couldn't tell with the Chicago Bears thing, so I couldn't tell if he liked it or hated it. But anyway.
I'll let it go. He's the Steelers fan.
No, but anyway.
He's been through enough. I'll let it go.
So, but no, we just got to be.
We definitely going to have a sports podcast.
But then we found out we had other things in common, like music and whatnot. And in the 80s, when I was growing up, I was into all these toys that we were buying and selling. So was he. But I got out of toys at a young age because I got into music and started playing music. And I got myself back into toys as an adult. There was a huge gap in time. Right. And then I get back into toys in the early 2000s. Okay. And then
you guys pick back up. Mm-hmm. And because
he's been a good partner in crime for that, because it's hard to kind of do these things alone, and then our network is kind of broadened because we met each other.
Yeah, I'll guarantee. And you guys are tag teaming this stuff, and you know what, and getting into that and mixing and matching a little bit, and you'll see something that he doesn't, I'm sure, or vice versa, and it shows that you guys have that connection on this stuff. So it's really awesome, dude. It's fun to watch for sure. And and with the whole toy that world, man, it just blows my mind.
There's a lot to know.
Now, you're talking about meeting the fella, the Devastator, the fella. What's one of the you guys? Have you met a lot of met a lot of famous people at these particular things? Well, and I know they don't all remember you.
Famous within this world.
In your world.
They're not famous. Like, no one would know them.
Okay, so recently...
Give me the best.
Best is in the person, the
I'm gonna hit
best,
him
or
with
the
one.
Yeah, give me the best interaction you ever had with somebody. And
The
then
best
give me-
interaction is definitely Arthur Burkhart, who was with
Yes.
that was Destro from G.I.
So
Joe,
that was the same
Devastator,
guy.
right?
This-
But
this-
awesome guy.
But
Awesome
we
guy.
go to cons just to meet these people.
Oh, okay.
So we went recently to Pittsburgh and met Peter Cullen and Frank Welker, who are Megatron and Optimus Prime. Well, I should say Optimus Prime
Well, he's
first.
so
and then
many.
Megatron.
There's so many people.
Yeah.
They were on everything from they
voiced every kind of.
Oh, so
Winnie and the
these are like the
Pooh.
voice actors?
Yes.
Guys? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Or people, I should
Peter
say.
Cullen was Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
Okay, and we meet him, talk with him, chat with him. We got to know his handler really well.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So she's cool with us. She remembers us from years ago. We're hanging, and then we go meet Frank Welker, who literally did 900 different voices.
I mean, Frank Welker was in Scooby Doo. Pretty much every
Super Friends.
If you name a 70s
Yeah.
or 80s cartoon, there is a very good chance he did one or two voices on it. I mean, it's insane.
Which one of them was it one of them Winnie the Pooh? Wasn't
Cullen is Winnie the Pooh.
Who's
and
all-
really? So
he's also
Optimus Prime is Winnie the
Optimus
Pooh.
Prime and Winnie the Pooh. And what's
That's
crazy?
that's a neat little nugget right there.
What's
guys. I'm like, well, I
crazy
would've never
is
known
when
anything
you're
like
sitting there and he does the voice in front of you.
Yeah.
It's just insane for him
that. Oh, I
to talk
can't
like.
imagine. Does it kind of like just
Oh
transform?
yeah, you're 5 years old immediately when Optimus Prime was like when we met Burkhart. I don't know if you know who Destro is. It's the G.I. Joe guy with the metal face,
Okay,
not
yeah.
the flat face, but like the steel.
I know who you're. Yeah,
And he's got that Destro. He's got that deep voice. And like when we first met him, he like snuck up behind me and like just whispered something in my ear as Destro, and I thought I was going to die. It's like the craziest, coolest thing you've ever heard in your life. Like that guy you watched the whole time you were growing up just said something in that voice behind you.
Like
It's
the hairs on the back of your neck stand
it's like,
up.
holy crap, dude. It's just insane. He's such a cool guy. We met him at a bar.
Yeah.
Literally at the convention, we were at JoeCon or Joe Fest. I mean, and we met him, and he sat and talked to us like 2 hours in the bar, just us and a group of our friends.
And then we went our separate ways, and we saw each other again like the next day, and we sat down and hung out for a couple hours.
He's a great guy.
Isn't
He's
it so much
hilarious.
fun when it works out like that?
Yeah,
like
it
you see
is.
these guys and you have them in your head, like hey, this would be really cool, and then it turns out to be even better.
Yeah,
that's a fun time.
He was just totally unexpected because we were going to get him to sign something, but we weren't really like going to interact with him very much, because most of the time you don't, and it was just amazing. It was just.
But he gave us nicknames, and I saw him at a completely different con the next
did.
year. And he saw me from across the room, and he yelled out my nickname,
does.
and people were looking. It's
We
a very,
probably-
very
his-
provocative
his
nickname.
nickname
Provocative
is-
good.
I'm trying to think of a way I can explain what it is without saying what it is.
Don't you? We
Yeah,
don't. That's
it
for a
can
different
be-
time, a different
Yeah,
place.
he
And I
called-
do know this story a little bit. Yeah,
Yes,
it's better
yeah,
like that
it
said.
is.
But the fact that you were
Yeah.
coined with that and
It's
you kept
funny.
it up.
He kept
Oh,
it
he
up and
still
saw
does,
me
I'm
and
sure.
recognized me and called me
Fantastic.
that, and everybody was like, "Who are you calling that?"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was me, and he's
he's
It-
hilarious.
it was
That's
great. It was
Yeah,
fantastic.
especially when you've got some under. Oh, man,
yeah.
that's fun.
Yeah,
That's fun.
he just
Yeah.
does it in front of everybody too. He calls me Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, that's what he called him. Literally, he
Yeah,
don't
I
know
mean,
his real name. He
I
knows
don't
him
think
as
he
Jesus.
does.
That's
He probably
it.
doesn't, no, but
Which
it's-
that may hit bad for some
It's
people, but
funny.
it is what it
well,
is.
we know why he's not saying it for
No,
that
no.
reason.
Yeah, he's-
But when we met Frank Welker, I went up to him and I'm like, I turned into 10-year-old me, and I'm like,
that's
will
so
you please
crazy.
talk to me like you're Megatron? And he did.
Oh,
and I
my
thought he
God.
was mad at me because he was hitting me with full on Megatron.
Oh, really? Like it
Megatron-
almost hurt your feelings. Like,
He
No, I
can't
wanted
say
him
anything
to. I
about
wanted to
it.
feel
My
it.
feelings.
Yeah, I wish you would like smack me or something because I really
seriously.
wanted to feel it. But he talked to me like Megatron, and I was like 10-year-old, just like, oh my gosh, Megatron is talking to me right now. I couldn't help it, man. It was just the great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's meeting those guys is ridiculous. That's the thing we do is go to cons and meet comic book people and actors, and we love it.
if I know it's a crazy ask, but I'm actually curious. What was I won't say the worst, but what was the most?
I can tell you the worst one, heartbeat.
The worst one, the most
That's
disappointing
easy.
one.
I don't mind telling you.
Okay.
Disappointing
Or disappointing or worst or could it be
disappointing
maybe a
is
tie, I don't know.
disappointing is when they don't show up. That's the worst.
Yeah, like you've set in line or something like. I'm
Well,
assuming
just-
there's a line. That's
Oh yeah, there is.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, I'll
yeah.
tell you the most disappointing for me. Okay, I've mentioned several times I'm an Iron Maiden fan. We got to meet Bruce Dickinson,
That
who
was
was the lead
disappointing.
singer. He wasn't unkind. He wasn't a bad guy. He was just not very sociable.
It wasn't very personable,
personally,
appreciative
right.
that you were there.
He
felt
was
like
just
he
kind of
was
like,
just-
here, that was it. Your interaction's done immediately, and it was kind of. And then we meet. another member of Iron Maiden who was recently retired, and he spent time with us.
Nico was amazing. Different night and day.
Of course, people are people and are going to be people.
You have to give them some grace and
I love that. People are people and they're going to be people.
They're going to be people.
I love that. I love it.
You know, it's just crazy because Nico, you felt like when you met him, he was the drummer for 42 years for Maiden.
Something like that, yeah.
And he was just amazing guy. He's just awesome. You felt like you could talk to him all day. You felt like he wanted you to be there as much as you wanted to be there. Met Bruce Dickinson, who I love, who's the lead singer, and he said something to me I'll never forget, which hush, and they just
those are words. Those are hard to forget words.
And I'm like, English, you know, what the hell was that? And he was like, he didn't even look at me. And he had a huge, he just came across as obnoxious. And I love Iron Maiden. And that hurts your heart a little bit because you want him to be at least something. It wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't a good one.
It was just an experience.
It was just like, well, man, we did that.
We know that they're not going to all hang out with us and give us nicknames and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
I mean, even when your expectations are minimal, you still want to meet them to some degree.
Yeah.
Especially because I mean, you're taking your time and your money and you're probably getting stuff signed.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you just want them to act like they want to be there a little bit. He did not seem like.
And I'll tell you right now, I spoke to the promoter of the show, and I know what he paid him to be there, and it was a lot.
It was
money.
Stupid.
If I were paid that to make an appearance for 6 hours or whatever it was, I mean, I might go home with people.
I mean,
you
know, it's just,
I'm just saying, it was
just
a lot
have
of money.
some enthusiasm. Like we've met people that were as wealthy, probably more wealthy than him. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, he was awesome.
Was awesome.
Really?
He was amazing. I mean, we sat and like they had to like make us go away because we were talking to him and he was talking to us too much. They had to like tell him to shut up and let us go.
Yeah.
Because like we're having a conversation with him. Like when he saw Scott's Iron Maiden shirt, he's freaking out. He was just, and I asked him a question about, I can't remember where I asked him now.
It was about Ronda Rousey, who was an upcoming
wrestling. He was just like, keep talking to him. He just wouldn't go stop. And they're like, you have to stop. You have to let people go. Yeah. I mean, he was just awesome the whole time.
And then conversely to that, I met Big Show at that same show, who was very, very not kind and did something that I really didn't care for. He met, who was it? When we was in the elevator with
that's the worst ever. Honky Tonk Man.
Honky Tonk Man. Oh,
I don't know if you
Honky Tonk
know.
Man. Now, he's a wrestler from back in the day.
Well, he's an asshole from back in the day.
Wow, okay.
I'm just going to be honest about it.
People are going to do what people do, I guess.
I understand that you're the greatest Intercontinental Champion ever, other than the 20 I can name better than you. And I understand that you're grumpy and you're old and you're probably hurt because you took a beating for 40 years and you danced and whatever. I respect what Honky Tonk Man did. That's fine. You don't have to be a dick. I'm sorry if I'm not supposed to say that word. You don't have to be that way.
Man, somebody forgot to go get the.
This makes me mad. This makes me mad. Okay, I get irritated about this. I get a little red about this.
And we were talking about the Honky Tonk Man, which was a professional wrestler. And
well, he's a wrestler.
He was a wrestler.
I don't know how professional he is
because he was the
70s and 80s.
70s and 80s.
Probably
carried the guitar,
he brushed into the 90s. Okay. He was a very successful wrestler. He had at the time
400 something.
He had the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship ever.
Okay,
he was Intercontinental Champion for 3 or 4 years, or
was
a year.
It was years.
It was a long time. It was 400 or 500 days. You can
come in the chat if you're a wrestling fan.
He was a great heel because you didn't like him. He was like an Elvis impersonator was his stick, and he had Jimmy Hart as his manager.
But let me set up this interaction though. Okay, this is not this is not a pay. We're not paying this guy for anything because we're in an elevator.
Yeah. Yes. So you guys just having to run into.
We just having to run into them. They're on their way to go sit at their table and take people's money to sign autographs.
We're
on our way to go meet these people.
Right.
We didn't ask them. We didn't ask them one question.
Not a word.
Not one word.
It's
did we
him
say to them.
and the other for context. I don't know if you know who the Bushwhackers are.
Oh yeah,
one of them.
Yes.
I think it was the one that's. I think they've both.
They both passed now, but at the time,
I hate to be like this. I can't remember if it's Luke or Butch, and they're the only ones that know that secret. I don't know which was which.
Right.
But one of them was in there with and
you got both of them. You never got one of the others.
Yeah, and we're going down there, and we're of the thing where if they don't speak to us, we understand you're not going to approach people. So we're trying to be nice.
Yeah, we're not gushing. We're not doing anything.
He actually had a figure for him to sign.
Oh, really?
You can see it in my bag.
And
I'm going to this guy's table. I'm on the way right now.
So we're just like, well, we're not going to, we're going to be respectful and not ask you to sign this or not talk to you or anything else in the elevator. We're just going to let you go. So we don't say anything. It hits the bottom, and we got in first. They got in after us, and we're waiting. He's like, "You gonna push the GD button or not?" And I'm like, "I'm about to push the button." That's what I'm thinking. But I'm just like, "Yeah." And I push the button. He's just complaining and grumpy. He's just like stewing.
And then the door opens to get out, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Get the F out of my way."
Yeah, and I'm like, "You're in front of me, idiot." That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, "Really, dude? Go." I'm just like mad now. I'm just like, "Go." Yeah, I'm just like being an ass.
But I took my figure and sold it. I didn't want to meet him after
It's just
that.
like, really,
it was just
dude?
a really
Really?
bad experience.
Yeah.
And he didn't do it.
So that was
in
the
like-
worst.
Yeah.
You ask a question and then you get the answer 20 minutes later. But hey, you asked
No,
it,
no,
we
no,
answered
no,
it.
And he didn't do it.
We
and
go around
I
our
got
elbow.
disappointing and it got worse.
I fully understand. There's a heel and face in wrestling if you know where the guy's a good guy and a bad guy, and there's kayfabe where you're pretending to be a bad guy all the time. It wasn't even like that.
He was just
He
being.
wasn't
just
even.
a
It
jerk.
wasn't like he was in character.
Yes, it
per
wasn't
se.
like he was in character. I'm just like, really, dude, stop being that way.
Yeah,
Just
that's
be,
no good.
you know, like if I were at Ric Flair, I'd want him to kind of be wheeling and dealing and kind of be mean.
Oh,
to
he
me.
better.
If I'm at
Or, I mean,
90s,
my goodness,
if I'm at
it's Ric
90s
Flair.
Ric Flair, I want you to tell me how, you know, I asked Ric Flair one time how it felt for Dusty Rhodes to whip him all over the Omni, and that was a great conversation because I love Dusty Rhodes. That was fantastic. I'm like, how did it feel, Dusty Rhodes, to whip your ass all over Charlotte?
I bet that was a fun.
Oh, you
time.
got a reaction out of that, boy.
Was this now? I know Rick's. You'll catch him out from time to time.
Well,
or was this at a thing like
This
you guys
was
went to a concert?
sadly, it was the thing right after his son had passed.
Oh,
So
And he was not in a great mood, man. I mean, you could tell it was. He said it was after. It was like the year anniversary of his son's
Yeah,
passing.
oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean,
So he was still down. He was still kind of not Ric Flair.
he wasn't the Rick.
No,
we
he
And
was
know.
not.
I was there when he asked him that. He asked him about the
It's the,
Rhodes,
it's the only thing that perked him up.
and
'cause
it
he
took
was
a minute,
just
and he's like, "Oh wait, what?"
Oh, so
and then he
you-
asked him again, and then he's like, "Then Rick
Then
come
it was
alive."
like, yeah, because he was just sitting there kind of, and I'm like, I asked him, he's signing, I'm like, how'd it feel for Dusty Rhodes whip your ass all over Charlotte?
I love that.
And he's just
dude.
like, and he's like, oh, wait.
Oh,
no,
somebody knows
no,
something about
no,
this.
And then
no,
click,
yeah.
there come Rick.
Then
And
Rick came in.
Yeah, and it was awesome.
it was
after
good.
that.
You got to
Yeah.
see the whole show.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's
he's
fun.
funny. We've met him a few times.
Oh gosh, yeah, we met him a
he's
couple
fun.
times. Yeah,
he's Ric Flair. He does not. God bless him. He that's what you get.
That's what I was gonna say.
There's no fake for the camera and that you get Ric Flair.
Ric Flair is Ric
whoever
Flair.
the Ric Flair, the real person that died a long time ago. You get wheeling, dealing, styling, profiling until he dies. I mean, he's as far as I know, he's still going to bars and
Oh yeah,
doing the whole
I
deal.
actually, I see him. So I was a Ric Flair fan since way back when. Four
Oh, I mean,
Horsemen,
you
all that
can't
stuff.
not love
I can
that.
crush all that, and I won't do that right now. But
That's something that somebody actually suggested for the roundtable is wrestlers.
Oh,
like
that's
80s
definitely
wrestlers.
going to be.
okay. Ooh,
That'll
we
be on the
may have-
Retro Roundtable soon.
Somebody put a comment on that. Yeah.
Spoiler alert! Absolutely, yeah. I will definitely be.
Flair
all
might make the list for 80s wrestlers. He might.
You think?
Maybe.
Okay.
So all right, so this is actually another great segue. So let's talk just a little bit about that. So we've got the Retro Roundtable, and so far so good. We just put the second one in the can, and it's fantastic. But let's go through the process a little bit on what should or shouldn't be a topic. So for you guys right now, we're looking at you're using comments. For folks in the chat or
suggestions.
whatever, suggestions, that type of stuff.
But the hardest thing is to peg a timeline. Like, are we doing all of the 80s? Are we doing just 90s? Are we doing all?
We don't wanna-
everything or
I mean, the
a
folks
certain
want to
genre
know,
of
like,
music?
what's the thought process? behind this?
cartoons. There could
We-
be comic books. There could be whatever.
Anything that's not too niche.
Right. We want it to
You
be
know,
a broad
we
enough.
could do one. What's the best 1982 GI Joe figure? And both of us would enjoy that.
Yes, and
And the other third person that
Right.
might
Gene
happen to
would
come
be
across.
asleep.
Right.
Yeah,
we
I
need
mean,
him
we
awake.
need him awake. We
You
do.
can't do, but that is a good discussion we might have later about that 82.
We could.
It's Cobra Commander straight on.
Whatever.
So the criteria for the Retro Roundtable, what we're looking for is time frames.
Anything
topics.
before today, time frame wise, and just a broad enough topic for there to be something to
So,
argue.
And
And we're-
mostly,
and we're this-
mostly we're going to stick with fun topics because you could get into some crazy, like some politics of the 1920s or whatever.
Well, I mean, we're not going to talk about the New Deal, whether it was good or not,
Exactly,
because we don't know
exactly.
that. So pretty much, we pretty much go from the times we were alive, so we can really talk about it. So
all right, so now this is what I'm getting to. We're doing
barely
time
the
frame now.
70s at all. Maybe some stuff from the 70s. I was there for 1 year, so I don't know much about it.
Well, I was born in '74,
So, I
so I
mean,
mean,
yeah,
I
he's got a
remember
little
some.
more.
Old.
But I will say
no
this.
hate, no hate, people.
I will say this: where this all come from was when we were doing our toy sales. We would put on mostly '80s music.
Yeah.
We would talk to people. We would say, "Look, we're selling these toys, but man, I mean, we'll talk about anything that you want to."
Yeah.
Any subject, and a lot of people just bring up '80s memories or
Yeah.
their favorite cartoon, their favorite cereal, their
Well,
whatever.
It would be hard not to link that stuff.
Oh,
of
yeah.
course. And
Yeah.
you guys are bringing up with this particular subject. We've done movies, we've done songs. You're bringing up good feelings. Now, there may be a bad feeling in there a time or two. Check out the podcast.
Golly,
but,
man, is there ever?
but it's funny because that's the whole point of this kind of discussion is you want to evoke those emotions. You want to evoke those feelings. That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Both
yeah.
on the good or bad, but we're trying to get trying to get that connection with folks. And from what I've seen, you guys have done it. So we got time frames. We've got We've got good solid topics. So toys, music,
pop culture, anything really
I guess that was what I'm looking for.
Anything that we can talk about. I mean, you can talk about best drinks from the 80s. You knew Coke, how horrible that was.
Or Crystal Coke.
Well, I didn't mind clear Pepsi. I didn't like new.
Or was
Coke.
it? I thought there was a Crystal something.
There was a Crystal.
Yeah.
Remember New Coke when they?
New Coke was horrible.
When they wanted to the Holly.
There's a reason there's Coke Classic now.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, come on. Whose idea that? So stuff like that.
Well, I love the thought processes behind it, like the think tank, I guess you could call it, of how you're going to come up with these ideas and stuff moving forward. I'm
Eugene, what was the Crystal drink? Was it? Can you look that up? I'm just curious.
I remember Clear Pepsi or Crystal Pepsi. I remember that.
Crystal. I knew there was one that was called that, and it was a clear, like a Sprite.
It was Pepsi without the stuff in it.
Yeah,
which is
the
supposed to taste the same, but
it
does
did
not.
No, it does not.
Which is, I'd like to know if I could tell the difference if I had. I never taste tested them.
And there was just different things like anything in the 80s. That, I mean, like commercials. There was just commercials you could where's the beef?
Where's the beef?
Commercial slogans.
Slogans, right?
Oh, that would be so much fun.
There's so many just different topics that we just want to get on here and discuss, man. Bring back those good feeling, good feelings.
We've got pro wrestlers,
Absolutely.
pro wrestling. We've got, which that would be so much fun. You've
80s
got
wrestling is.
so we've got pro wrestling. We've got commercials. We've got slogans. We've got.
I mean, obviously, music, toys.
Yeah.
I mean, board games.
Snack foods.
Games. I play the crap out of board
just
games.
whatever.
Snacks. Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Anything.
If we know enough about it to have a conversation about it, or we'll fake it.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's enough information out there now. It's like, and even in chatting with you guys on some of these other things, like it's stuff that I haven't even thought about, and then you guys bring it up, like, and I will actually swing it back to the toys. You're talking about the Transformer that had 6 things and built up. See, what I had or that I remember, and this is, guys, they have got me hook, line, and sinker here, is I had the Lions. The Lions, you built Voltron. Yeah. See, I remember
I mentioned Voltron in there earlier with our votes combining.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, the Voltron. And I remember, and then we were doing some stuff, and I remember you talking about He-Man, like He-Man, Skeletor,
He-Man was a jam. I have all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, I remember as a kid having that tent that you could go.
Let me tell you what I have for He-Man. This is a good story.
Okay.
So, in 1986, me and my brother were just He-Man crazy.
Okay.
He's 3 years younger than me, so I guess he was born in 83, 84, something, or 83. So, he was 3 or 4 at the time. So, my dad gets us a He-Man swing set.
Shut up.
No.
Boy, you were the bee's knees.
I can show you. Well, except for the kids that probably died because of it.
Because I'm getting to that. Turn, Eugene. My bad, brother. I didn't see that coming.
Well, he bought it. It was awesome because Skeletor had his purple sword and He-Man had his, and it was painted. It was stamped and like spray paint on the whole thing, and it was green. And where you ride the horse was Battle Cat.
Oh, shut up.
Yep. So and it was awesome. I loved it. Well, they recalled it, and they only sold like 400 of them.
What?
Yes, because it had lead paint. Thick with lead paint, like death paint.
Like death paint. Covered up with death paint.
So, yeah, they stopped selling
Death Paint, that's a great name of a metal band.
It could be a metal band.
Like, hey,
actually, check out their third album, Death Paint. So, it was great. So, they stopped doing it. So, I'm sure that explains what's wrong with both my younger brothers. So, anyways.
That's
wow.
Hey,
shout out to our younger brothers. Yes, sir. Shout out.
I got to give some love on that one. They come up.
So,
here on the Loaded Wagon, we get into it, bro.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so that was covered in lead paint. So there's only like, you can actually go, this is a fun tip if you're into old stuff. You can actually, the entire Sears Wish Book, remember that?
Oh, yeah.
The whole thing is digitalized now. You can just go online and flip through the pages.
Okay.
You can pick the year, and if you go to the 86 Wish Book, it's there. Like the one I had is in that book.
If you remember that Wish Book, please put a thumbs up.
Every year, my parents are like, circle what you want, and I did. U.S. flag, still haven't got it. No one did. I would just circle things, and I don't know what they were looking at because I guess I circled so much stuff. To be fair,
I remember just flipping through that thing.
Yeah,
man. If you remember the Wish Book, you've got to comment something.
So nostalgic. They still put out some horrible, pathetic imitation.
I just want to take a day and just look through the Wish Book. That's
what I
want to do.
Oh, man.
Go to wishbook.com and all of them are on
You
there.
seem to have more time than I do.
I just appreciate the Wish Book, baby. You have to make time for the Wish Book.
I know, you got it.
Yeah, that's true. But
anyways,
you don't find time
so we
for the
have
Wish Book.
this.
You make time for the Wish Book.
So it's there. It fell apart. It fell apart over the years. It was what it was. Hadn't thought about it in years. So like 10, 15 years ago, I'm at my parents' house, and they're out in the country, and I'm my dad has built a building now in one of the places we used to play baseball and stuff. There's a huge building there now. He built it probably 5-10 years before this happened.
All right.
And I was helping him clean out the bank. And I look over the bank, and there's that swing set. He had just chunked it over in the woods. The Battle Cat is still attached to it. I go down there. It's in good shape. I cut it off, took it home, repainted it, and it's in my toy room now.
So check this out. We used to do toy shows, and what we would do would build up shelves
and set it.
And put that on top. So people would always want to come and see what the Battle Cat was about. And then we'd sell toys.
And I've been offered $6,000-7,000 for it. I'm not going to sell it.
No.
Yeah, it's because it's so rare because there was a Battle Cat that you could ride on like a hobby horse.
Yeah.
And it had holes in its head. This one doesn't have the holes because there's no pegs. You just held on for dear life and hoped you didn't die.
Yeah.
But it's awesome. It's in my.
So falling off a Battle Cat may be a lot of the explanation we have here.
I never fell off Battle Cat. Let me tell you what. I was riding to get that
He
horn
was in there.
Right. But yeah, so I have that Battle Cat. It's awesome. It's one of my prized possessions. It's one of the few toys that survived the 80s just because it was on a hill for 40 years. But yeah,
you guys are in the right spot, man.
It's pretty cool though. Yeah, I'll show you pictures of it. I have the whole restoration process.
Yeah, get me the pic. We might have to put that up in the
I had
podcast.
to find the paint, the whole deal.
All right, yeah, we'll do that. We'll post edit that, Eugene. We'll slide that in.
Heck
there.
yeah, just put it right in there.
The restoration pictures.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yes, bring that. That's man, wow.
Yeah,
and just chucked over the.
It lay there. It literally lay there from probably. That swing set started to fall apart, who knows, probably in like 88 or 87 because it was horrible.
Have you got any other pieces that either one of you guys have found similar to that? Now, I know that's a crazy story.
I don't have a lot of my own toys. I got a few.
But as far as like you guys have been out and I go back in my head to like the show American Pickers. I used to watch that all the time. And of course, I don't know anything about that antique stuff or whatever, but I remember they'd be looking for these things and then all of a sudden here in the corner, they would find the gem. Have you guys ever been to one of these? And you saw it, you were looking at this and then all of a sudden
we've dug through so many basements like that and crawl spaces and we found some really nice stuff.
We've done a lot of that.
Scott's got one.
We've done a lot of that, but okay, when we first met, we would just sell toys together. We didn't like if I sold and made money, we didn't split it. We didn't start doing that till a little bit later on.
Okay.
But I had a guy give me a call who in the area here locally would buy houses to flip them, to restore them and then flip them. Yeah. And he found a lot of Masters of the Universe toys, new and packaged from the 80s. Called me up. I go to look at them, and I ended up making a great deal from him. But he had one of the rarest He-Man collectibles on planet Earth. Basically, it was a 2-pack laser light He-Man Skeletor 2-pack. They were only available in Europe. Period. And I don't know how it got here, but some way it got here. But it was brand new, never opened.
If you still have that now.
So here's my question. So you see this, and do you know what you've got at the time?
At the time, I bought it. I'm the one that made the sale.
I wasn't
there.
I made the purchase, and I also made the sale. But
that was before I was.
We wasn't in together at this time.
But you knew what you were looking at, or this was.
Because I would have kept that.
I knew they were unopened toys from the 80s. He-Man. I knew something about He-Man. But until I got other eyes on it, like someone on the internet told me what I had, and he ended up buying it from me. But that one piece,
oh my God, that piece
I made my money back 4 times off of that one piece for the whole collection, and then he bought the rest of it too. But that was my biggest find, totally for me. Now he and I have made some huge, purchases together that had hidden gems and whatnot.
But you're talking about 5 digits for that thing sealed now. If he had that same toy.
Why?
Every bit of it. Tens of thousands.
I would say probably somewhere between 10 to 20,000. I would say,
depending on condition. Yeah.
I sold it for 1,500.
Yeah, every bit. But at the time, things were a little different then.
Yeah. But that's the rarest thing I've ever had that I've ever come across, and that was in our town, man. That was up on Hospital Hill.
The super rare,
which is nuts. It's the craziest thing I've ever. I mean, I just couldn't believe.
That's the one. I've never even seen one in person. That one's.
Well, they shouldn't really have been here. I mean,
I wonder. That's somebody who
how do you get
over there, shipped it over here to,
how do you get it here in the 80s anyway? From Europe.
Well,
But and that's above and beyond the rarest thing I've ever gotten. But
they discontinued those.
We did buy a collection from a guy here locally, and there was a hidden figure inside of a suit of armor.
Yeah.
The armor's worth about $50. It was a G.I. Joe piece, but when you open it up, there was the figure inside, which was worth about $400. So that was pretty cool to find.
Yeah, it's Cobra Commander. His chest logo is different. One looks like Mickey Mouse, one doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
And that one with the Mickey Mouse is worth 5-10 times what the other one is, depending on condition.
And of course, we're talking about toys here, guys. But if you're watching, if you're any kind of collector of anything, especially like ball cards or anything like that, those type of finds are pretty.
Oh yeah,
pretty. There's got to be like a big adrenaline.
The best lot of
Oh, yeah.
toys we ever bought was the one from Seattle.
oh gosh, yeah, we bought some from Seattle. We didn't pay as much from the ones from Seattle, but we got the best bang for our buck.
Stuff. The Star Wars toys in that were worth a fortune.
So did you guys drive out to Seattle? Or
No, he
No,
shipped it in a shipping crate.
So what happened was
shipping crate.
Like he had to build.
So this
a crate
guy,
for it.
this guy puts on. He advertises that he has these toys for sale. I reach out to him, get his phone number. We get to talk, and he's like, "Well, you're just seeing one line of toys. I've got all these other lines of toys," and we're like, "Okay, we want to buy them all." And we make the deal with him. We send him the money, and then logistically, it's like, how are we supposed to get this from you to us without us having to come get them? And he's like, I work in a place where we have a shipping department. And he's like, I'll build a crate and put them all in the crate and ship them to you because I get shipping discounts. It cost me $300 to ship this. It filled up his garage.
Oh yeah, it was huge.
Filled up his
Huge
garage.
crate.
Not the crate. I'm talking about like
was
when
in
we
it? Oh,
unpieced
when you unpacked
everything.
it,
It was so much stuff. It took us probably 6
was-
months to sell it.
It was super rare stuff. I mean, we went. It was a lot of Star Wars. You've got what they call Power of the Force, which is basically the movies are over, and the toy line's losing steam. So they put out there's the last 17 figures. Those are all worth a fortune. The last 17 they put out, and they put out vehicles at that same time. And you're talking about thousands of dollars for these vehicles if they're complete. We had all three of the last ones. Like it was like that whole last line. It was like all the last 17 stuff was in there. Here's a crazy story. So He-Man. So when He-Man
I'll send
first
you a
came
picture
out,
of this. What he's about to talk
He-Man
about.
was supposed to be Conan the Barbarian. That's what that was.
Yeah, I get
well,
that.
it was supposed to be that line.
Yeah.
And the rights fell through. They couldn't get it to work.
I love the history lessons. By
So
the way. I appreciate it.
That's
cool.
so
Yeah, both
He-Man.
people listening are going to really enjoy
Yes, I
this
know.
too.
All three people are delighted by the story. So it was supposed to be Conan. And that's why he has the loincloth and the whole thing was supposed to be Conan. And he was originally black haired. It looked like Conan the Barbarian, like Schwarzenegger a little bit. So that fell through, and they're like, what the hell we do with all these caveman toys? And they came up with the idea for He-Man, totally created that all, made the cartoon just to sell toys. That's all it was. So when they put them out, they realized, well, we can't put out, we have so many thousands he's already made that are Conan. We can't put these out. Right. What do we do with them? Because they turned him to the blonde-haired He-Man that you all know. So what they did was, and there was a huge mystery in toys for decades, because before the internet, nobody knew where this stuff came from. You don't know what they were thinking in the factory. You just don't know where these toys came from. And there was the Wonder Bread He-Man is where it came from. And they call it Wonder Bread because there was a deal with Masters Universe, which is He-Man, to make cards and stuff that you got in Wonder Bread. So you could buy Wonder Bread and send off this little, because back in the day you could send off, like when you bought G.I. Joes, you could send off 3 UPCs that you cut off the G.I. Joe and $2.50 and get your mail away Cobra Commander or your mail away jet.
Yeah.
You get
I
all
mean, that
that
used to be a big thing.
mail away stuff.
The
Yep.
mail away stuff.
So you could buy Wonder Bread and you could send off whatever Wonder Bread
That
wanted you
was
to send
early
off.
Amazon is what
Yes.
that was.
Yeah.
So you'd send off your 75 cents and you get He-Man cards from Wonder Bread. And they were like the little, maybe they even came in the packs of Wonder Bread. I don't remember, but there was cards tied with Wonder Bread. So there was this He-Man figure that was the Conan Barbarian figure, which had different weapons, and it was black hair and brown pants, and and they couldn't figure out where it came from. Nobody knew, and they assumed it was Wonder Bread. There was some people remember, there's some mail-in thing with Wonder Bread. It's got to be Wonder Bread. There wasn't.
Okay, so this is how. Let me take over because this is how this went down.
No, I love it.
The guy that we bought this toy collection from in Seattle owed me comic books.
Yes.
Okay, I made a deal with him.
Comic books.
There was a box of comic books, okay, a long box of comics, and he told me how many there was. Yeah. And he's like, there's no bangers in here. All the keys have been sold. There's nothing in here. He forgot to send them to us. Okay, so I'm calling him back. And I'm like, hey, man, let me get these, what's the deal with these comics, man? Am I going to get those sent to me or what? And he's like, look, man, I'll get them sent out on Wednesday. I'm sorry, I totally forgot. I'll get them to you Wednesday. Well, Wednesday rolls around and he calls me and he's like, look, man, I am not going to be able to get these comics sent out to you. I'm sorry. Could I just offer you one of these order forms? And I'm like, what's the order form? And he sends me a picture of it. And we look it up, and that's how you get that He-Man he's talking about.
I poured into it, and we figured out for sure that like no one has even seen them. Like they have one that's torn up. That's the picture.
Really?
And
So,
it's that.
I said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll trade you for 2 of those. He knew what he had too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
He
he had
didn't tell
already
me
sold
what he had.
the He-Man stuff.
But then he's like, he's the one that's like, this is a pretty good, if you know, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't know. Why would I, we did some research and we found out, yeah, we want that, but I want 2 of them instead of 1. And he's like, no, man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep these because I don't know what they're worth, and I'll send you out the comics.
Nobody knew what they were worth.
Right. We were just guessing.
Yeah.
Until we found out, and whatever.
We
but
found out by
he found out, we found out, and it was like, ugh, okay, what do we do now? He failed to send them to me again, and then he sent me 2 of those forms. None had ever been sold. We got on the internet, started asking questions. People were trying to tell us what they were worth. They're going to bring at least this amount or at least that amount.
No one knows.
Nobody
because
knows.
It's literally just like when you go in the supermarket, you would just tear it off, and they were in toy aisles.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even say. All it is Cabbage Patch Doll is on the same order form with it. And what they would do, or was it Cabbage Patch, or was it?
It was I think it was a Barbie,
Cabbage
Monchichi,
Patch,
maybe,
Monchichi,
but
some of those. And basically, what
I've
they
got a
did was,
picture of it on my phone,
yeah, you
because
send
I
it
took
in,
pictures.
and they sent you a random figure.
Okay.
Because there wasn't any real Wonder Bread, and that was one of the random figures you got if you ordered He-Man.
So
If
anyway,
you checked off the He-Man box, that's what you got.
I thought I'd just try to shoot the moon. This may, it's a lot of money,
So we
but
just
it's
put
a
it on
piece
eBay.
of paper.
Literally,
Yeah.
I mean, this big, just a piece of
I put it on eBay and I put buy it now $800 and it sold like that.
immediately, $800
So I put another one on there,
Same
$800 gone.
gone. Who
Like,
knows?
I wish I'd have put like
just
a lot
bid
more money.
because I mean, and we've never seen one since. That's the only 2 I've ever seen in my life.
This guy ended up having 7 of them.
Yeah, he had a whole booklet basically of them, and who knows, his collection, dude, was worth. God, I don't know how much. He had sold
It
all
took
the other
us
He-Man
6
stuff.
months. We had to
6
sell.
months
We
to-
went and
to-
sold on so many different sites to have to
Yeah.
get rid of that collection.
But the Star Wars stuff he had was gold, and we didn't get it all. All we got was Star Wars, and I guess mostly just Star Wars, wasn't it, from him?
Well, Loaded Wagon is full of loaded toys this week. I'm
is.
telling you, man.
And the He-Man
to
stuff
me,
was already
that's what-
gone.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, man. This is fascinating. Like it's a whole different world. It's a whole different genre. While we were talking, I was thinking comparing comic books and arcade.
You get to
like
that
my
now.
thing was, I went to arcade games. Eugene can appreciate that. We could grade arcade games. We could
Oh,
grade,
yeah.
Arcade games.
We could grade pinball machines because
I
that
love
was something
pinball
like
machines,
I've
too.
had all these. I've had all these ideas just sitting here chatting.
And
with you
and
guys.
that's what we want to do, man. We just want to be able to have a conversation, have fun, and try to make it interesting. And I think he does a good job of keeping it interesting.
I love comic books so much. We could talk about that for a long time. I collect comics in there.
Oh man, you guys are great. I think you're really crushing it with the Retro Roundtable. I appreciate you letting me be a part of it. I'll be around as long as you guys will let me. Even though I have scored worse both times that we have done it, but you know what? I never said I was the class act.
So
of this
far,
thing.
it looks like Tanner's might be the guy that knows
Almost
more
like
about
they're
this.
just quality good picks.
So
for
guys,
today.
so be sure to go check out the Retro Roundtable. I mean, we've got some gems coming out on shorts and hopefully, and especially out of this too.
And I want to say, man, I'm really enjoying the Loaded Wagon. Watch, both the ones I've seen so far with Ricky Underwood and Robert Hasselmeyer.
I think this might be the best one yet.
I don't know.
it's going to be in the top 3 for sure.
Absolutely, with a
Top
bullet.
3 definitely.
With a bullet.
But again, I give a shout out to both of those guys. Ricky, I've known forever. I'm a drummer. I look up to him as a drummer. He's one of the best out there, in my opinion. Robert does a lot of work for me, graphic wise, or he has done a lot of work, I should say. For my bands and whatnot, and solid stuff, man. Like from Phoenix Graphics, man. You can't go wrong with that guy. So. Yeah, just happy that you're having us on your show too, man.
Oh man, yeah. This has been when we started all this, and talking with Eugene, trying to get everything lined up. I think this has been a very pleasant surprise, and so it's just been a good deal. Anyway, I think we're going to keep the ball rolling. Like I said, ideas about it, you can comment it on my stuff. You can go to Retro Roundtable, let those guys know. We're all going to be in cahoots, just trying to figure it out and have some fun and have some laughs and make things go.
I think you had a good run.
All right.
3 episodes.
If this is how it ends, and so be it. So be it.
Yeah.
So if you want to, Scott, if you've got any final words, you can go ahead and hit it. Tanner, if you've got any, go ahead and hit it, and then I'll finish it up.
I don't really know what to
Yeah, I mean,
no clue.
He doesn't know what.
I don't know what to do. Is this thing on?
yeah, I mean,
Great stuff, guys. I appreciate you. One more shout out for Eugene McCurdy. You're making the magic happen behind the scenes, brother. Much love and hope. And if anybody else has ideas like this, please, please shout out to Eugene and he's got the new setup, got some new equipment. Like this thing's rock and roll, and it's for real and it is legit. So we appreciate you.
No, and if you feel like that we need money, you can always send money. We always like that.
will
They're
take
looking,
it.
they're looking for sponsorships
will,
at the Retro
yes.
Roundtable for sure.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah.
We'll end it on
Yeah, I
that.
like that. Yeah.
Well, if you're going to try to put a point on it, I guess that's it.
Hey,
Yep.
I'm just saying, man. This
works.
stuff don't happen for free. You know what
Or
I mean?
just money. Just money's fine too. Donations.
Donations are good. Sponsorship.
What's going to happen? People are just going to start sending you guys toys.
That's
that'll
equally
work.
as fantastic. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of The Loaded Wagon. Just remember, no hate. Life's great. If you love them, be sure to tell them. And just remember, we out here riding on the tongue. See you next time.